Hey everybody, today I'm talking about the first expansion to Res Arcana. This is Light and Darkness. Now I'll assume that you know how to play Res Arcana if you're watching this video, but if you don't, you can go check out my review for that one and get yourself clued up on how to play it before checking this video out. So in this particular video I'll only be talking about the contents of this expansion. So first off, the game is going to allow you, or the expansion, sorry, is going to allow you to play with 5 players now, and you're going to get a bunch more resources to, to make that happen. Additionally, the rulebook is going to give you suggestions about how you can almost scale the game to cater to those different player counts. So, for example, in a 2-player game, it will say to play with 7 monuments and 4 places of power. But if you play with up to 5 players, it will say play up to 14 monuments and 7 places of power. So it's got a nice suggestion about how to scale the game to keep it tight, to keep it interesting and keep it competitive, which I think is a really welcome suggestion. And full props for them for doing that. So let's take a look at what you actually get in the box then. You're going to get a bunch of cards, you're going to get some new magical items, you're going to get some new monuments, and you're also going to get some new places of power. So I'm not going to go into too much detail here, but I'll give you the general gist about what you're going to get. So first off, the new kind of module to the game, or the new addition to the game, is going to be these demon cards. So the demon cards work very similarly to like the creature cards do, or the dragon cards. Just another category which are going to create new synergies and basically a new keyword. And as you can see, these do a lot of things that you'd probably expect, generating resources, but they also do a bit of player interaction in terms of attacking other players. For example, some cards let you attack other people, like this fire dragon here. It will say tap this card and spend a fire to make all other players spend 2 life points. Some of them are pretty interesting, like this one here lets you ignore demons, but additionally, the possessed demon slayer, when you tap the card and spend a fire, when you tap the card, you gain fire equal to the number of demons of another rival. So that one really can piggyback if other players are going for a demon-based strategy. I like the Cursed Dwarven King here. I think this is a particularly cool card where you can spend a death, a fire, and a life to get 2 gold on the card. And additionally, you can tap a dragon and this to gain gold. So it's a very nice gold engine building card if you want to go for that particular strategy. And also you can probably see that the artwork is very harmonious with the base game. It's going to fit in seamlessly, which is great. I don't like it when expansions, stand out from the base game, and this one's done a good job of fitting in nicely. You got the Hound of Death here that lets you tap it and spend a life to again attack other players, but it's going to generate you 2 death per turn, and then you can gain death equal to the gold of another rival. So again, nice strategies here to get gold, which is also, well, naturally not the easiest thing to do normally. You got the Vortex of Destruction, which is quite a scary looking card there. Gets you a death and a fire, and it lets you tap the card and destroy another of your artifacts to gain the resources you spent +2. So a nice way to sacrifice another card there to get a boost of resources. And you got some other things here as well that lets you kind of build demons for cheaper, or lets you untap your demon cards. So they're all going to work together if you want to go for a demon-based strategy. You've also got some other kind of neutral cards here, like these neutral artifacts, or this new dragon. You've got the prismatic dragon that lets you gain a resource of your choice from turn to turn, worth a victory point at the end. Of course, it's going to be expensive, but you can spend gold to gain resources on that card. And you've got probably one of my favourite cards, at least of this set, is the Golden Lion, which is going to be quite expensive, but it generates you a water, a life, and a fire from round to round, which is going to be very strong, and it also lets you kind of ignore attacks from other players. So that's a really nice one. You've got the Vial of Light that lets you convert the death into fire and life. And you've got the Infernal Engine, the Infernal Engine that generates you a fire, but it also lets you tap the card and put resources on this card to almost protect them from being attacked from other players or being stolen from other players. And additionally, this one here lets you tap it and take all the resources off another card that you've already assigned resources to. So if you want to fast track getting those resources into your immediate pool, this is a really nice card to go for. So in addition to all the new cards, you've got 2 new magical items. This one is my favourite by far. I think this is a super cool magical item that lets you basically tap this item to almost proxy it as a demon or a creature, or you can proxy it as a dragon if you spend an additional 2 resources. And that's great because if you have a maybe a place of power and you don't have the cards to generate into resources, you can use the illusion to basically make these represent a demon or a creature or a dragon, and that just gives you great flexibility and can completely divert you into strategies that you probably couldn't normally do. So if you're boxed into a corner, you've got some artifacts that piggyback off demons, beasts, or dragons, then illusions are going to let you still get use out of those cards, which is fantastic. The inscription lets you take a scroll if you tap it by spending a resources, and these scrolls are one of the new elements to the game. They give you almost a power to hold in your back pocket ready to use when you want to, which let you kind of spend a death and let you retrieve a card from your discard pile, let you spend a couple of fire to untap a card, let you convert gold into one of each resource. So these just give you a nice little tool you can have ready to use when you want to, and when you spend them they're going to go back into the center of the table ready for the next person who takes the inscription to pick up. Additionally, you're going to get a few new mages in the game, and the first one being the Demonologist, which is going to synergize with the demons. I'm going to let you untap them by tapping her, and also letting you retrieve cards from your discard pile. You've got the Bard that lets you discard either one of the dragons, the demons, or the creatures to gain 2 gold, which is a really nice gold building card. You've got the Beast Master that lets you basically convert life into more life, and lets you tap beasts to get resources. And you've got the Diviner there that generates you fire, lets you draw 3 cards and discard 3. So a nice way to refresh your hand if your hand isn't working for you. You've got some monuments as well, only 4 new monuments to add to the deck. Here's one here, the Warrior's Hall, lets you spend 4 gold in order to get fire. Get a fire and tap your card, get fire, plus all rivals gain a fire, but it is worth 2 victory points. This one here as well, the Demon's Workshop, that lets you tap it and spend a gold to refresh a card, but of course it's worth a victory point. You've got the Alchemical Lab, which lets you tap the card and spend an essence to put the essence spent on a component, so nice way to get points should you have a place of power. And you've got the Dark Cathedral as well that lets you generate a death per turn. Tap a demon and this card to get a +1 victory point for that check and a permanent 2 victory points. And the final thing you're going to get is 2 new places of power. You've got the Crystal Keep here, which is extremely expensive, but it's worth 5 victory points. Lets you do an immediate victory check, which is awesome, and it also gets you a point per every 2 artifacts you play or of yours in play rounded down. So that's almost a completely tunnel vision strategy there, which is nice. These are double-sided as you'd expect. You've got the Dragonery there that lets you generate gold per turn, and basically converts life into points should you tap dragons or spend more life. You've got the the Gate of Hell that lets you put death onto this card by tapping demons, and basically spending death to make points, but the cool thing about this one here is that you don't actually have to tap the place of power to use it again, so you can completely spam that should you want to. And the final place of power is the Temple of the Abyss, which is not too expensive actually. It lets you convert death and water into putting water on this onto the place of power to get points. It lets you convert demons to put the points on this place of power. And also lets you untap all of the demons on the table. So if you're going for a particularly strong demon strategy, then you can really benefit off that one. So yeah, overall, I'm really impressed by this expansion. I always love expansions that can just seamlessly slip into the base game. No additional rules, at least nothing to rack your brain over. Just more stuff, more goodness, more combos, new strategies to try, comboing these new cards together in new interesting ways. You've got a completely new path to go down if you want to focus on demons. So yeah, I really do like what this game has to offer. Some more good stuff. You're not going to have to worry about anything apart from just adding this to the base game. I'll never ever play without this one. Instead, it's just more options, which is always a good thing, and my perfect type of expansion. So if you are a fan of Res Arcana, I think this one is a no-brainer. You know, it's not particularly expensive, and it's just more options, which is what you want with a game like Res Arcana. So definitely check this one out if you are a fan of the game. It's a strong one. So I hope you enjoyed this review. If you have, please hit like and subscribe to my channel, and check out my other videos too. For everyone else, I'll see you next time on Chairman of the Board. Bye.